Autism can influence the way a person experiences the world in many ways, and some of the most notable differences involve the senses. Very simply put, autistic individuals have sensitive nervous systems. Just like the autism spectrum houses great variation, our sensory sensitivities can affect any one of the senses or any combination of senses to varying degrees in different people. The senses can also be extra sensitive or notably less sensitive than in people who are not autistic. We are taught when we are young that there are the 5 senses, those of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Those are known as our exteroceptive senses because they help us interpret and understand our external world. But we also have interoception, ways of interpreting and understanding our internal selves. For the traditional 5 exteroceptive senses, any one of them can be notably extra sensitive or less sensitive than average in an autistic individual. Being hyper or extra sensitive to noise is particularly common for those on the spectrum. One person may struggle in an environment where several groups of people are having conversations at once, not because of the overall volume, but because of the complexity of the collected sounds. Another may experience true pain at noises over a particular decibel, or of a particular type. For me, if a loud noise begins around or near me, especially in the midst of a relatively quiet experience, it can make me feel quite stressed and can lead to my acting or seeming irritable, when in truth I'm simply very much struggling to think and to continue with whatever I had been in the middle of. And there are probably hundreds or even thousands of other ways people with an autistic neurotype can struggle with sound. Bright or flashing lights, unpleasant smells, itchy fabrics or odd food textures. Those are all other ways that having sensitive sensory systems can affect us. But not everything about having that extra sensitivity is bad. Certain sounds or sights or tactile feelings or tastes or smells can bring us great joy or connect us to our emotions in particularly strong ways. And people on the spectrum also might experience and receive some sensory information in a hypo or low or reduced way. Hyposensitivity could result in a person being less aware of the personal space of others. This type of trait can make a person sensory seeking, since the lower than average response to stimuli leads a person to be more comfortable with stronger cues. For example, we might need extra pressure to feel contentment from the sense of touch, and weighted blankets are one way to achieve that. Interoception allows us to know how our internal body feels and to receive sensations and signals from it, to know, for example, when we are hungry or if our bladder is full. Autistic individuals can experience differences in these interoceptive senses relative to the larger population, and may not get the same body signals or the same types or frequency of them. Pain is a particular interoceptive sense. An autistic person may have an unusually high or low pain tolerance. Sometimes we may wonder where a bruise came from because we don't remember getting it, or be unaware that we suffered a more serious injury until we see the signs of it. The vestibular system is part of interoception, which tells us when we are moving and in which direction. It also lets us know how quickly we are moving. Differences here can lead to a poor sense of balance and can contribute to motion sickness or vertigo, which I myself experienced just from riding in elevators. Proprioception allows the brain to know where our body is in space and to know where parts of our body are without looking. For instance, most of us can touch our nose or other parts of our body with our eyes closed. Autism can affect some people's proprioception and can lead to clumsiness or bumping into things. Any of those or other interoceptive senses can be experienced in a hyper, high, or above average way, or hypo in a low, reduced, or under average way, consistent with the great range of variability within the autism spectrum. It is not our choice to experience the world with heightened or reduced sensory perception. For example, if we become distracted, annoyed, or even angered by certain sounds, or to be unable to concentrate if a smell is bothering us. Instead, sensory sensitivities and differences are the natural result of autistic people having more sensitive neurobiology and nervous systems. Often, autistic people are disbelieved, ignored, or disrespected when we share that particular sensory signals are making us stressed and uncomfortable. It's important to listen and respect when we say something is difficult for us or unpleasant to us. We may be experiencing it very differently from how you are.